So, who is the real master strategist now? Peter Obi, Tinubu, or Atiku? Who is the real master strategist? One strategist strategized to make sure that Peter Obi is not on the ballot for 2027. Another strategist strategized to cage Peter Obi in the African Democratic Congress until such a time when Peter Obi cannot leave. Then he'll be pushed aside without ticket. Then there is Peter Obi, not with so much strategy, but now he is the potential flag bearer for the Nigeria Democratic Congress, NDC, sorry. So tell me, who is the master strategist now? All this propaganda about Tinubu being a master strategist, na cruise, na propaganda, na lie. Nigerians know what they want. The only thing is that a few elites have found a way to block the majority of Nigerians from achieving what they want, what is best for them. But that is changing. Now that the NDC has zoned its ticket, the presidential ticket, to the south, for one term, and reverts back to the north in 2031. Who is the master strategist? And this is a message and a warning to all those of you driving the propaganda, trying to drive a wedge between Peter Obi and Kwakwanso. You see, you have failed. Your failure is colossal, is mammoth, is big. Yusuf Dati Baba Ahmed, Dati Baba Ahmed. Yeah, Yusuf Dati Baba Ahmed. You came and you tried to drive a wedge. You tried to push a propaganda, a narrative that Kwakwanso is more experienced, older, and more educated than Peter Obi. And because of that, he should be the one on the ticket, not Peter Obi. And you insinuated that the North will not vote for Peter Obi or will not queue behind an OK ticket. In fact, you now brought a KO ticket. You want to drive a wedge. The other Yusuf too, the one that was former head of NHIS. The one that is a professor. The one that Nigerians have seen or come to perceive as somebody of integrity and character, came on national TV to lie that Peter Obi pursued Northerners away from Anambra. Something that has been debunked and clarified many times over. A professor came and started pushing that narrative. Why? Because his principal, Atiku, is apparently losing out of the 2027 race. He too came to drive the narrative that tried to push a wedge between Kwakwanso and Peter Obi. He even said Kwakwanso's association with Peter Obi would diminish Kwakwanso's reputation in the north. What a lie. Now, it is clear the NDC has zoned its presidential ticket to the south for one term. And it was done at the National Convention. You need to understand the implication of it. INEC was there, represented, they saw it. That decision was a decision of a convention. It is binding. It means that nobody can change it tomorrow. One term for South, and it reverts back to the North. What are the implications of that? Invariably, the ticket is for Peter Gregory Obi for 2027. And then it reverts back to the north for Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso for 2031. So who is the winner? Who is the loser? If you ask me, it is a win-win. In fact, Rabiu Kwankwaso is the bigger winner, because at the end of the day, he gets what he wants, but with the full support of all Nigerians. Yet, you guys try to drive a wedge. There's no need for that. Nigerians see through it. And then the one that is called Kenneth Okonkwo, so bitter. So bitter. Kenneth, I have an advice for you. You need a therapist, or you need to see a pastor. The bitterness in your heart. One can almost hold it. One can almost touch it. It is so glaring. See how Kayla Megwa was shocked. The way you were speaking with so much vile. She said, what is it with Peter Obi now? What did Peter Obi really do to you? And that is the question almost everybody is asking. What did Peter Obi do you, Kenneth? What did Peter Obi do you? Abi, he passed this politics. Go na the play. Showed you politics, he learning. Why are you so pained? You are not a poor man. You don't look like a hungry man to me. You're a lawyer now. You can decide to still be doing your Nollywood production. You will fetch money. You have the clout for that. You can decide to do legal practice and be making money from it. You have the qualifications for that. You're not a hungry man. What will be your problem with Peter Obi? So much vile. Is it because of this Atiku that you want to support? I can understand that now that it's getting clear that Atiku is losing out. Many Atiku supporters will be pained. I understand that. But it is what it is. You guys were hoping it would be Peter Obi supporters that are crying like this after you have trapped Peter Obi in ADC. Abi? But God heard our prayers. God saw our minds and granted our wish beyond what we even thought or asked for. Because now, we didn't pray or ask that Atiku will not be on the ballot. But from what we can see, Atiku will not be on the ballot. It was not our prayers, but it's the Lord's doing when it fully happens, and it is marvelous in our sight. God saw our heart and granted our wishes beyond what we could think or ask, and saved us from the shame and the ridicule you guys would have put us through if Peter Obi had remained stuck in the ADC without ticket for 2027. But Nigerians now have hope. And then, instead of you to take it as a man, as the Ndigbo that you claim you are turning around to be throwing tantrums like a child. You looked like a madman on that interview. You need to go and watch that interview again and tone down on your criticism of Peter Obi. Kenneth Okonkwo. This is my honest advice to you. This propaganda that you're trying to push that, how can Ndigbo get only one term of 4 years? Your ambition is to make sure Ndigbo get 8 years. Come. Do you know what a 4-year tenure of Peter Obi as president of Nigeria, the good it will do to Ndigbos? Today, you, Kenneth, and all of you supporters of Atiku, including supporters of Tinubu, you know, at one time or the other, you all have praised Peter Obi for his administrative prowess in the way he handled Anambra affairs as governor. You know that Peter Obi is a poster boy based on his track records. You know. All this one you are doing, we know you are doing politics. Like this former Ekiti governor, what's his name? Fayemi, came out to say that they opposed subsidy removal in 2012. That they knew that they were doing a wrong thing. But just because it was politics, it's all politics, they opposed it, only for them to gain power, and they did the exact same thing. So we know that when you come to call Peter Obi's good, bad, or evil, we know you're just playing politics. You know the truth. Imagine what a Peter Obi presidency of 4 years that does extremely well, what it will do to the reputation of Ndi Igbo. The way people are coming out now, even though it's all politics, all politics, opposition politics, divisional politics, coming out now to say, oh, good luck, Jonathan. That's how they will be calling on Peter Obi to come. And Peter Obi can then present the next set of leaders who can possibly be an Igbo person when the rotation comes round again in 2039. Think now. Think. Stop this your venomous attack on Peter Obi. That propaganda has failed. A Peter Obi presidency in 2027 is a big advantage to Indigbo. It's not how far, it is how well. A Peter Obi who does extremely well, even if he does only half of the things he did as governor. Fight corruption, not fight corruption. Remove corruption. Stop corruption. Because it's not about fighting corruption. When you fight corruption, corruption fights back. And in a war situation, nobody wins. So, let him just stop corruption. All the ones they have done before, okay. But stop corruption. When corruption stops alone, even if it's just that one, insecurity will stop. Because 90% of the insecurity is corruption. People are just chopping money that they are supposed to use. They have turned insecurity into a business. And it's not me saying it. Oshomole has said it several times. Many top elites have said it. If you take corruption out of our infrastructure, our roads will be good. Why is the Abuja, Lokoja, Okene, Auchi, Benin, Warri, why is that road bad? Despite multiple awards every year. Why? Corruption. It's not because the money has not been allocated. Corruption. So if you take out corruption, in 6 months, all those roads will be fixed. The same thing with our healthcare. Why do we not have 24 hours electricity today? Corruption. If you take corruption out, we will have electricity at cheap rates. At cheap rates. So if Peter Obi comes and does that one thing first, take away, stop corruption. And then 2, reduce cost of governance. Reduce cost of governance. In fact, before we even talk about cost of governance, let's even still talk about this corruption. Why is petrol 1,500 naira per litre today? Corruption new. Not corruption, no. It is the corruption in the oil and gas sector that has caused the opacity in the affairs of the NNPC, NMDPRA, NUPRC, and all the players in there. It is that corruption that drains and makes Nigeria to lose trillions of naira every year. Corruption. They tell you they collected 3.3 trillion. They have collected 20 billion to do refinery turnaround. Money that can build a new one. And we still don't see it. And nobody is arrested. Nobody is made to refund money. And we still keep borrowing more. We hope this one they have done with the Chinese now. We are watching it very, very keenly, very closely. Corruption is the reason. It is not because of US or Israel attacked Iran, or the blockage of the Strait of Hormuz, or the increase in the international price per barrel of crude oil. It's not because of that. Despite all of these factors, there are countries whose petrol still remains very, very cheap. Government policy. In our own case, corruption. If Peter Obi can come and just stop the corruption in that sector, you and I will be buying fuel for 300 naira per litre. Corruption is the reason why naira was devalued. Tinubu just won't tell you the truth. Corruption. They hid behind unification of the FX window. The FX window could have been unified downwards, not upwards. It could have been unified to 500 naira to $1 instead of being unified to 1,500 naira to $1. It could have been. They give the excuse of round tripping. Oh, these people are holding dollar. They are round tripping it. They will collect official and go and sell at the black market. Are these people's spirits? Does the DSS, the DIA, the EFCC, the Nigerian police, all the security agencies, they don't have these people's contact? They don't know about them? You couldn't have gone to these people to stop that round tripping and arbitrage so that you can unify it downward, considering that Nigeria is for now a consumption economy? Tinubu could have done that. But he chose not to do it. Why? Corruption. They devalued it upwards. So if Peter Obi came and did one term, and within the first 2 years he stops the corruption in all of these sectors I'm talking about, Naira will become stronger, because of course he will take Nigeria from consumption to production. And then he will reduce all of this government waste, cost of governance. We know that those people who are fighting Peter Obi are the ones who don't want Nigeria to be better. They are the ones who are benefiting from the corruption in the system right now. They want to continue to benefit. So I want to advise all of you who are supporting Tinubu or APC, support him smartly. You as Nigerians, you have the prerogative to choose who you want to support. But let me tell you, if you are supporting Tinubu and he is not giving you, you are not making some 100 million naira for yourself. Oh boy, you are a fool. Somebody is using your head. If they are promising you that, oh, after election they will give you appointment, now lie you. I know people who have been given that promise. From the time of Buhari, they did it until the time of 2023 of Tinubu. Till now, they never get appointment to. There's only so much that government can employ you. If you are supporting Tinubu and they are giving you 100 million, I won't tell you not to support Tinubu. Support him. 100 million not be small money. But if na 5,000 naira that they give you to go show up for rally, give you t-shirt, boy, you be mumu, you need to stop. If they are promising you 1 million, 1 million cannot do anything, no. But if you have a Peter Obi as president, the thing go round. Everybody go get. So advice, if you're supporting Tinubu and you don't get good money, please support him with sense. Leave him and come and join the OK ticket so that Nigeria can be okay. This is reason. No fight. Voice of reason. God will take this country back from the hands of those who want to keep it perpetually down. Nigeria is sliding down, and further down every day in the international community. Ghana don't they pursue us. South Africa, they pursue us. You go Dubai and so they go treat you anyhow for airport. You go Europe, you go America, the same thing. Why? Because of the worst of us that are leading the rest of us. 2027 is the time that must change. But you and I must do something. We must support the OK ticket so that Nigeria will be okay. The master strategist, to put it to an end, is Peter Gregory Obi. This defeat for Tinubu is just round one. In 2027, we are coming round with round two of the defeat, where we deploy votewatch.pro PU Marshal, and nobody can rig the election, and Peter Obi gets elected and is sworn in as the next president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. A new Nigeria is possible.